to be boring. Yeah, yeah. Tell me you ready, Mellow, you ready to spit for the ladies to keep it nasty, dark and petty. If you pick me, then you might find this upsetting. You say that you're ready, well the joke's on you. Get it?
Hi. Okay, all right, we're in business. We are in business. Welcome back to Jokes on You Pod, guys. We're doing our introductions at the top because I saw the criticisms that we be talking for 26 minutes and then introduce ourselves. So I'm Talley.
I am Mel.
Yes, and we're here, and some of us are queer. No? Let's talk about.
Don't single me out.
Okay, well, I'm sorry. We're here and we're not queer. I don't know. Anyway, but yes, we're back. How you been, friend? Twin? Where have you been?
You know, I had to come to terms with the fact that 2025 has been beating my ass. I've had to just accept that.
I'm not laughing at you, but the way that you said that was funny. But go ahead.
It is. It's whooping my ass. So that's just what it is. And also, I know we've been gone for 2 weeks, but y'all need to understand, if we don't record, like, shit is happening. Things are happening. We didn't record 2 weeks ago because I was quite literally in the hospital. I was in the hospital because I woke up and my eye was nuts. I guess it'll tie into my joke of the week. I guess we can, I don't know, we want to get right into it or whatever. But yeah, I was in the hospital.
Wait, hold on one second. So I want to expound on what you said. If you're a regular listener, I feel like I assume that most of our listeners follow us on Twitter or some sort of social media, and maybe that's just like my own hubris assuming that people see what's going on in our lives. So in my mind, I'm like, damn, we tweeted about it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
So like y'all should have seen it, but I realized that not everybody's active on Twitter, and we got listeners in a bunch of places. So I just want to say on record, like Mel said, if we don't record, like we're never just not recording for the fuck of not recording, which would be well within our right because this is our baby, but that's not our vibe. Like if we're not recording, it's because stuff is going on. I've suffered a loss in the family this past week. Everybody is going through stuff and something. So just like, y'all are usually really cool about that, but sometimes people be like, dance monkey, and it gets very stressful. So thank you for people who, I see the people coming to our defense like, shut the fuck up, they got shit going on, and we appreciate that. But just be gentle with us. We're never not, if we gone, we gone for a good reason.
Yeah, and I be trying to beat the Mel hates the listeners allegations, but it gets very hard sometimes when y'all talk to us like bitches off the street, like I wasn't sitting in somebody's emergency room, that's why we weren't recording. So bitch, okay. Yeah. So yeah. We're doing the best that we fucking can. This year has, like I said, it's been beating my ass until I like saw somebody and they were like, damn, you've been going through it, huh? And I was just like,
yikes.
You know what?
I have
been going through it. I just think about like my auntie passed the top of the year, then Cardi got attacked.
Yeah.
Then my fucking coochie been acting crazy as shit.
Yeah.
And then my eye shit. It was some other shit that happened. I was like, damn, that is crazy. All those things did happen back to back.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's been hard. Coming off the heels of like 2024 was like my best year ever.
Mm-hmm.
So any other year after that is gonna suck, obviously. But it's just like not suck, but like in comparison.
Yeah.
In comparison is a thief of joy, even if you're comparing to yourself. And I was thinking
that's a word.
It's a word. I was talking to Deidre about that last week, and I was just talking about my year, and she was just like, comparison is thief of joy. And I was just like, damn, I'm comparing myself. I'm hating on myself.
Yeah.
And it's just like, damn, because like, damn, 2024 man, I done this by April. You know what I'm saying? So it's just been like, fuck, man, you right as fuck. This is just, the life, and so much has changed in my life. Just like, moving in with the man and the dog and the things, and it's like now I have to take the dog to the vet and shit, and he be having anxiety. It's a lot.
He tried to eat a whole wet nap today.
Cardi be eating shit, bro.
Out of my purse.
He just be doing shit. He go in. That's why like, all of my purses and things are elevated so he can't get to it, because I got a brand new, my bag I had in the living room, brand new from TJ Maxx. You would not know it's brand new because Lux has been through fucking war, because I had it on the floor packing it, and Cardi went and got some water, came to my bag, put his nose in it, and sneezed.
Inside your bag.
Inside my bag
disgusting.
On the outside. So the entire bag was covered with dog snot
water.
And water.
Yuck.
And it's like, I'm not going to whip my kids, and I do frown upon people who do, but I understand how if you're not emotionally regulated, how you would instinctively just pop your child.
Yeah.
For doing some dumb shit.
Yeah.
I had to put him in his crate.
Yeah.
Because it was like, I'm getting irrationally angry at you for doing some
And you're
regular
just a
dog.
dumb dog. Yeah.
You're just being a dog.
A dumb dog, yeah.
So I'm just like, let me put this nigga up.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm so sick. Excuse me.
It's fine.
I'm gonna be blowing my nose throughout this.
Well, get out the mic. Or like,
I didn't
mic.
mean to. I'm having a hard time.
Just move the
I'm
mic.
sorry. I'm having a bad time. I just generally.
It's tight, so it can't move.
I'm sorry, guys. I
Yeah,
apologize.
we're struggling this week. So, but yeah, so this year really been beating my ass. So down to my eye. So here's what happened. I guess, joke of the week, whatever. I guess I have a happy and a sad joke of the week because it's been a while. So I guess I can do two because it's been a long time since the last episode. So last week I was, 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, I was home and my period had just started. So I'm just like, cool, period. I know what to expect.
Mm-hmm.
I get nausea on my period all the time. It comes with the cramps. Fine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm cool with, I've been throwing up on my period since I was 15. This is normal.
Yeah. You're not new to this. You're true to this.
Which is not okay,
Yeah.
but still, that's just normal. And then I was like, okay, what am I going to get from DoorDash? And I was like, I want something different. I don't want a usual wings or some shit. Like, I want some different shit. So I go down to the DoorDash and they said Poppies. I'm like, ooh, let me get some Poppies. And Poppies has wraps. And I was like, ooh, let's try something different. I'm going to get the roasted chicken wrap. Very few decisions I've made worse than that in my life. I'm trying to think of something that I've done that's impacted me worse. Drawing a blank here. I got it and I immediately was like,
Something's
this
not
ain't
right.
it.
Yeah.
This ain't right. My wife and kids. Something ain't right. It was not great. It was not what I expected, and the fries weren't completely done. And in my head, I bought the food. I'm gonna fucking eat it.
Mm-hmm.
But I was trying to eat around the not good parts of the fries, but it had to be them goddamn fries.
Yikes.
And as soon as I was like 1/3 of the way through eating, I was like, I'm gonna throw up. I knew that.
Yeah.
I knew I was gonna throw up.
And reckoning with the vomit is the first step.
That's the first step.
Yeah.
I knew I was gonna throw up. It was just a matter of when.
Was your mouth starting to taste like pennies?
My stomach was like, hey, bitch,
Guess what?
it's not great.
Surprise, surprise.
Just know, yeah, surprise. And it's like I haven't thrown up on my period in a couple months. It was time,
Yeah.
So I go lay down. I'm hanging out, vibing. Got my heating pad. Feel sick, but I was like, it's not ready yet. I know when it's ready. I know my body's like, it's time.
Yeah.
So eventually it was time, and I was just like, cool. I'm gonna go stick my finger down my throat. That's fine.
You are a no limit soldier because I'm never coming finger down the throat.
Oh,
ever.
that's my vibe.
No, never happening.
Never?
Never. That's why I'm not believe it.
Oh, I'm
not,
gonna put that finger down my
not
throat.
because I have morals.
Well, I'm not
I
gonna
can't.
put my finger down my throat and throw up from scratch. I don't know how to do that.
Mhm.
But I was gonna throw up anyway.
If you were already sick.
I was
Yeah.
already sick, so
Yeah.
it don't take much. I can be like, perfect. Blech.
Yeah.
So, dang, I do that quite often. I'm not gonna lie.
That's not good.
But I'll be already sick. I'm not going like, let me go purge this burger I just ate. No, if I'm already sick,
Yeah.
I know. But that's how I knew I was really sick because I didn't have to do it but one time. The throat was just coming on its own.
I mean, okay, sorry.
It was just coming. It's to the point where I know this is very graphic and gross. I'm sorry, trigger warning. The food wasn't even fully digested.
Mm-hmm.
So the food was sitting like right here in my chest. That just had to come. It was disgusting, but it was coming out of like my windpipe. It felt like I was choking on it.
Oh yeah.
So I was retching so hard with my entire body. I was seeing stars. I almost passed out. It was a whole thing. But afterwards, I was like, God, that was a lot. And I was just like, okay, cool. And my head started hurting and my eyes started hurting, but I couldn't see it because looking straight ahead, when it first happened, it was on this side. So I couldn't see it looking straight in the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, dang, I feel strange, but I'm still going to have the center screening. So I was like, I'm not fucking missing the screening. I didn't know if Michael B. Jordan was going to be there or not. I was like, I'm not missing this. So I was like, shit, I'm going. I'll charge my heating pad and count my blessings, but I'm fucking going.
Yeah.
So I get there and Dwayne meets me there because it's easier for him to come straight from work than to come home. And he gets in my car before we get out the car. And I was like, yeah, babe, like that throw up, that was crazy earlier, but I feel better. My eye hurt though. It felt like I popped a blood vessel. And I'm laughing about it. And he's sitting on my side and he's like, all up in here, right up in here, it's already fucked up. And I'm like, excuse me? So I go through the rest of my evening with the vampire eye, but it was kind of cunty. It was kind of cute.
It
was a little small. It hadn't spread yet, so it was just like a little dot. And I was just like, okay, it's kind of mysterious. Cute. The next morning, I wake up, half of my eye is red. Bloodshot red. Because it's kind of pink now. It's kind of pink.
Mm-hmm. When you look at me right here, I can't see it.
You can't see it. That's why I was like, last night, I was like, let me look to the right. Let me look to the right. Because if I look to the right, I look normal. But if I look to the left.
Stop doing it.
Okay.
I mean, on purpose. Like, don't move it on purpose. It looks not okay. I didn't mean that in a bad way. I'm just saying when you make it do it, I get stressed out. Like when you're just talking and looking, it's fine because I'm used to it. But when you was doing it on purpose, you know how like kids used to flip their eyelids inside out. That's what it felt like.
I can't help it.
I know.
And
I didn't mean to make you feel
scared
worse.
myself.
You're not scary looking. You still look like a little adorable baby, just with a situation.
Yeah. You're going blind, son.
You're going blind, son.
So, yeah, it's been not great. Just, you know, it was a little kid in the airport. Because I learned a lesson of, like, trying to cover it up. And then it was just like, I forgot my glasses, but it was like going around in the world, and it was kind of normal. I was just like, you know, this is who I am. I can't just hide it. And I couldn't see with the glasses on, so I was like, you know, I can't see if I'm not being myself. I did a whole sermon on TikTok, and no one liked it, but it's fine. But, like, it was this little kid that was staring at me in the airport, obviously a white child, and he was just like,
The fuck you got going on?
kids have been so concerned about me. But I wanted to growl at him so bad and really, really bring it home. Like, you don't want you to stare at you, and sometimes I have been like, I really want
You
to
would
be
have
like,
terrified him for life.
he would have been scared of black women for the rest of his life.
Forever.
And I should have done that. I should.
No, you're going to
I
create some
should
fucking
have scared the
weirdo.
fuck out of him. But yeah, when I went to the hospital about it, she was like, "Oh, that's normal. Like throwing up is popping a blood vessel is normal. I'm more concerned with you being nauseous like that. Like the eye's gonna heal itself. It's gonna take about 2 weeks, and it's been 2 weeks, and it's still kind of marinating. So whatever. Hopefully by Friday it's gone."
Mm-hmm.
But that was very funny to me. But it's always like shit just be happening to me. Like I just be having just cartoonish kind of experiences. And, you know, I will say it's just been very weird. I went live on TikTok and I have to keep on explaining every 2 minutes what happened to my eye. But when people are just like callously like, who hit you? Who beat you? Blah, blah, blah. And it's like, if I got beat, presumably by a man, you TikTok user, what are you going to do?
TikTok user 3274.
What now what?
Yeah.
You pointed out that I got hit in the face. Thank you so much. How does that make me feel now?
Right.
And what are you, as said TikTok user, going to do about it?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. That's just so strange to me. Like, if I really got, when someone said that about my face, too, like, if I got beat, oh, yeah, girl, I got whooped. Okay, now what?
I think it's, like I told you when we spoke about it before, I think it's that person's way of showing that, like, with the limitations of the audience to, you know, podcast person relationship, like that they care, but also people love a story, people love a mess. So like, and you know, people find little salacious things in everything. Yeah, and often there is salacious things in things. So they're probably like, I got the scoop, you know? I saw her eye.
And it's like, that's not great to be on the receiving end of that, too.
I'm
just
just be
like,
honest, I'm not feeling well. Mm-hmm. I'm not having a good time with this. So if you hear weird noises over here, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. We're doing the best we fucking can over here.
Yeah.
What's your joke of the week? Before
My joke of the week, most recently, is that I was coming from Decatur because I've been spending time with my family out there, and I got into an Uber, and like, I think a recession indicator is like the cars getting older, like Uber and Lyft, like people are busting out the Hyundais and the Hondas and like cars that we've not seen before. It's shit.
Saturn, who was using a Saturn?
This was I think he had a Honda. I think it was an Accord. But they're busting out cars that before wouldn't have been eligible to drive for Uber or
They
Lyft.
just let you drive anything.
It's letting you drive anything. So he pulls up in his old Honda, and I'm like, okay, you know, I'm not too good to ride. Well, I'm not too good today to ride in a Honda. I want to go home, like in that Honda, because it looked like it was from 1987. So get in the Honda. You know, we do the name thing, and, you know, it's cool, get in the back seat. So he turns on Columbia Drive to get onto 20. And he's like, hey, and mind you, my brain is filled with things. I'm grieving, like I'm going through a lot. I'm tired, got a lot of shit going on. So he turns on Columbia Drive, and he's like, I really got to stop and get gas. Didn't even realize I needed gas. Like, you mind if I pull over? And I'm like,
he stopped for gas on Columbia Drive?
yes. So before I realized where we were, I said, I mean, I guess I ain't got no choice. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you finna run out of gas, like, okay. So he pulls over at that gas station on Columbia Drive right before you get onto the highway. And so I'm looking around. This when I text y'all in the group. I said, oh, I'm in peril. He swore up and down he was not abducting me. He's like, I'm not being weird. Like, this is not a thing. Like, I really just needed gas. I'm so sorry, blah, 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 blah. And I wanted to ask, like, did you have enough gas to get me home? And you just kind of want to stop over here because it's not the city? Or is this, like, really, you know, a thing?
Pressing.
But I didn't want to, like, press it. So he gets the gas.
He could have went to Quick Trip.
He gets the gas, but that would have been out of the way. That's not the way that the route took him. So he gets the gas, and I'm like, okay, I wasn't kidnapped, fine. We get up 20 near the, like, Turner Fieldy exits, like, up by that way, and something on the tire is going, shoo, shoo, shoo. It sounds like a washer machine, like somebody got Timberlands in a dryer. Just shoo, 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 shoo. And I'm like, is that your fucking tire? And that's exactly how I said it. Like, is that your fucking tire? And he's like, I'm not sure. I have to pull over. And I'm like, oh, fucking brother. Like, okay, so we pull over. The cars, when I say nobody gives a fuck less than people speeding on 20 in the fast lane, nobody gives a shit. He was trying to check that tire out. The car was right here. Them cars was going zoom, zoom, zoom. When I say it looked like the nigga's head was about to get clipped off, I was terrified. Like, I had my window rolled down. I was like, stop, bend it down. Stop, stand up. And so I had to have his back while he was looking at the tire. He pulls something from under the car. His fucking, like, plasticky, rubbery part of the wheel well came off and was just flapping inside the tire. So I'm sitting in the back seat with a chunk of wheel well.
What the fuck is a wheel well? What is
So
that?
this is the wheel on your car, and then this part up here is your wheel well, like where the thing over the tire. Yes? You following me? You got a wheel. This is the tire. Chugga, 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 chugga. And then this is the wheel well.
Don't worry about it. I got a phone in my hand.
Okay, anyway. So I'm sitting in the back of the car with car parts, pissed. And so he's like profusely, what's the word? Apologizing. He's like, I promise I'm not being weird. Like, it's just a bad day for me. Yes.
The coochie part.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. He's like, it's just a bad day for me. He's like, I promise I'm not being weird. And I can tell that he's trying to make sure that I don't report the ride, because then I got the notification. You know how the app be like, hey,
You ain't home yet.
y'all stopped weird, you cool? And so I said I was cool, but I wasn't sure if I was cool. I didn't know what was going on. And I'm just like, because you know shit that be happening to me that don't happen to nobody else. So I'm like, just my luck, Ramon has fucking kidnapped me.
Right.
And now what? Now what's happening? So yeah, that was that.
I one time had an Uber during homecoming. We had an Uber. It was our 10 years, so we were all like at the hotel. We're all doing shit together, like 5 or 6 of us trying to go to the day party. Mm-hmm. And the hotel that we got a room block in for our line was like, if you know how Tallahassee works. So like the party was on campus. We were staying in a Hotel Duval. Like that's a little ways. Like granted, in Atlanta terms, that's not far at all, but Tallahassee, that's far. So we're staying at Hotel Duval, and we're calling Ubers. The Ubers are taking forever to get there, and it's like they few and far between. So it's like, fuck. Like if we get an Uber, that's the Uber. This man pulled up. The bumper was gone.
Yikes.
The car pulled up singing. Like the shit was just fucked. The shit was fucked. And then we get in the car. He's a bigger dude. And that's fine, but you have this little, like, it's literally like the car Rasputia was driving in Norbit. And he had his car.
My seat.
No, literally. But he had his seat all the way back. But
Well,
like
he
you
was
just
big.
saw. No. It was like cartoonishly far back. And it's like, you know, you have people getting in this car and you don't, be like, oh, let me move up a little bit. Mm-hmm. He leaned all the way back. So we're in the back seat. We're already lapped up. We're just like, okay. Mm-hmm. The car is just like whistling the entire way there. And it's like, now, you know how the twins on ATL didn't want to get out of the car in front of Cascade? We were just like, can you
get your asses in the trunk?
Drop us off by the fucking library, nigga. Like, we're not pulling up to the party in this fucking car. You know better. And, you know, we had the one line sister who just say anything. And she was just like, she said something like, get us up this raggedy motherfucker. And we were all just like, and even he laughed. So it was like, you know this motherfucker is raggedy.
It's raggedy.
And you just being raggedy.
But people got to make ends meet,
the ceiling was falling. And then he wasn't even like apologetic about it. At least if y'all, like, you know, when I came like, hey, my house is a mess. Like, don't trip. He kind of just like,
But that's how I am when I'm having a bad time, because I do think I'm an empathetic person. But when I'm having a bad time and I can't find it. Sometimes I can't find the apologeticness. This is where the fuck I am. You think I want to Uber you around in a car where the ceiling is falling off? No. I need to pay my bills. Like, I don't have it. Get y'all cute asses in here and shut the fuck up and sit down. And don't touch nothing.
The stuff is touching us.
Don't touch shit.
The ceiling was touching us in the goddamn back seat. We were like, come on, dog.
I get it. That fucking jalopy that dropped me off at your house today, man, I was so pissed.
Getting in a raggedy Uber just ruined your whole vibe.
The back bumper was coming off. Because, like, what does Lyft and Uber think of me to send me this? The back bumper was coming off.
There need to be a discount on that. This should be free.
Yeah, I got in the car and he's like, Jasmine? And I'm like, I guess. Yeah,
Sure.
True. It's me. I get in that bitch, it stank. I hate a stinking ass Uber man. I hate it. And that's why he had the windows down. I think he knew it stank, but I'm cold. So now I got to choose between getting more congested and sitting in funk. And I had him leave the windows down because I didn't want that smell in my hair. I don't know, man. We're back.
Sorry, we had to take a little Jesus break because the
energy was bad.
It was bad, and we're both like not doing great right now. So, and y'all want us to come in here and just
dance monkey.
Yeah, y'all want us to dance monkeys. Oh, child, they over there. It's y'all.
There's no tea.
Life is
just
whooping
hard.
our ass.
Life is just
bitch.
so difficult.
And it's so hard. Like, you know, especially them last two episodes were probably the funniest episodes we've ever had.
Yes, those
so
were
it's
very
hard
hilarious.
trying to follow up with shit like that
Yeah.
when you don't fucking feel like it. Like, I think that's what's really hard is like when you have this standard of being funny and being so silly all the time, and sometimes you just don't feel like it.
And sometimes ain't shit funny.
Ain't
Ain't shit
motherfucking
funny.
thing
Like
funny.
losing people. You've lost someone this year. I recently lost somebody. The job market is terrible in every industry. There's so many recession indicators going on right now.
Student loans, bitch.
Student loans.
They about to start garnishing wages.
Yeah. He can try to come garnish these braid wages if you want to. Figure it out. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna garnish for me either because I don't have a real job.
But it's just everything is just very hard right now. So sometimes, like, ain't shit funny and we're doing the best we can. And I never want to come on here contrived, like I'm trying to make up the funny. But that's what it felt like for me today. I was sitting here, couldn't breathe, congested.
Yeah, and I know, like, we are a lot of people's emotional support podcast because, like, when we don't have episodes, I need to go drive to work and I need to, hey.
That's
Whoa.
always so funny to me, though, because, like, I'm really the girl that live in your speakers, huh? Like, I'm just the girl that lives in your Honda.
Yeah, that's so crazy to me. But also, like, can you please not cuss us out? It's like, I'm sorry I threw off your fucking Friday routine. But, bitch, life, look at my fucking eye. Anyway.
I offered to make her a cunty eye patch.
I don't want an eye patch. I've had
and
to
not
just
a regular one. Cunty. Like a Dapper Dan style one.
I don't.
No?
Because that's even draw more attention. Because you may not see it. If I'm in the store, you may not see it. But then now you see, like, damn, she got a fucking eye patch on. Like, again, yes, I made the story about it. I was seeing niggas choose on me and then rescind their choosage
because
once
of the
they saw my eye.
That's crazy. That would really hurt my feelings.
My feelings, I don't know if you noticed, I started, like, last night. And
I would have to ask, like, is it the eye? Is it because of the eye? Are you doing that because of my eye?
Is it because my eye's weird?
Is it because my eye's
I
weird?
feel like I started getting treated weird, and I'm just like, it's my fucking eye.
I'm
like, there was a thick bitch at the party last night, but that fucking eye, her ass, her ass a fucking cyborg, like, cyborg coochie.
You just gotta, when do a Aaliyah swoop.
An Aaliyah swoop. I thought about that for my hairstyle for the party. Okay, my secondary joke of the week, I just want to talk about this because it was so fucking funny. I got to host the B5 show in Detroit on Friday. And honestly, that could have gone like that. I got some bad news earlier that day. It was an opportunity that I was really, really hoping for, and I had to find out on the streets that I get the opportunity, and I was fucking sick about it. But I was like, you know, it was a level of calmness because, again, we had that fucking whole God is a Man episode back in September or October. After that, I didn't get the fucking ABFF shit. And I just had to go re-listen to my own words and our own conversation from that, which is so funny, but it's like, it was healing to me. So I was like, you know what, fuck, I'm about to have fun tonight. I had so much fun at that fucking B5 concert. I love them niggas so fucking bad. And there's a bunch of other 30 plus bitches in there with kids and shit who was also can't let go of the goddamn past and was in there singing these 20-year-old songs like it was brand new. I loved it. I did fucking trivia. I made some B5 trivia questions up, and we were like arguing over answers because I was like, where was B5 born? And we was giving them shots if they got the question right. And somebody was like, Jacksonville. And people were like, yeah, Jacksonville. I was like, that's not no fucking Jacksonville. They from St. Petersburg. And they were like, no, they from Jacksonville. I was like, you wait right
You think
here,
you know
bitch.
better than me about B5?
Because it was some super, them niggas had drove from cross country to go do the show. And I went backstage and I was like, excuse me, Mr. Patrick, I have a question. What city were y'all born in? They were like St. Petersburg. So I got back on stage. I said, and I just want you guys to know, I talked to the boys. But it was fun. It was great to see them, like, one, still have them counts down in their 30s, but two, like, still be fine. And it was just like I was living in a real life
fan fiction.
Because it's like, I am very delusional and I do think everybody wants me. Full stop.
Same.
Because why wouldn't they?
Right.
But I really feel like I was hot enough to, like, pull all of it.
I mean, I guess you'll never know.
I guess it's like,
You'll
dang,
never know.
like, now God want to unwrap all the niggas once I'm back betrothed. And it's like, I was being delusional in the episode after the concert last year. But, like, now I'm even more delusional because it's like, and Jen made a good point. Shout out to Jen because she helped me now. I was like, hey, bitch, I might need some help.
She's so funny.
She's so fucking funny.
She's so funny.
And she was just like, look, don't ever think, and this is not just in general, not even just with Beef Out, like, don't ever think you can't pull a nigga. You just got to get near him.
I had a plan. All I need is a platform.
All you need is a platform. I had forgotten who I was in my bad bitchery, and I had my glasses on so you couldn't tell my eye was fucked up, so I was feeling myself again.
Mm-hmm.
I can have any one of these niggas if I wanted to. That one, they just niggas. Two, I am the hottest bitch alive. And I feel like everybody should feel that way about themselves.
I wasn't feeling hot in my, like when I was in my last relationship, I wasn't feeling hot just because, like, sometimes when you're in a relationship where you live with somebody, it's just like, there's really no function. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, I feel that. Like,
me being hot, like, so I just,
yeah.
That's how I even got in a space where I'm always wearing, like, yoga clothes and shit. Like, now I have to, like, remind myself to put on clothes, like, when I go somewhere because, like, I was hot to the nigga I live with, and that was pretty much what was important. But, like, I stopped feeling hot to myself, so now that I'm back single, like, I kind of got to, like, feel hot to me again.
Yeah.
And it is just, like, an interesting, like, of course, like, I think I'm a hot bitch, and I don't really have low self-esteem when it comes to how I look. But, like, even last night, like, when I was dressed up, I was kind of like, oh, no, you're a hot
No, you got in the car,
bitch.
and I was like, whoa.
Really?
Yeah, it's like,
Ooh.
bitches be hot, bro.
Bitches be hot. And there was a bunch of hot bitches at the, shout out to Poor Minds.
Shout out to Poor
Congratulations
Minds.
to them and their Travel Queen show on BET Her.
It should have came
Congratulations
out.
to them.
Well, this comes out Friday, so it comes out on Wednesday. Well,
Go
this
watch
past
it.
Wednesday. It was very, very cute.
Yes.
When I tell you they brought the motherfucking city out.
Yeah.
Everybody in
did.
that picture's fine. I didn't see not one ugly person last night.
Every TikToker, influencer,
Podcast
pop
bitch,
locker.
random fine nigga. It was actually, I was like, I don't be looking at niggas no more, but I see them.
I mean, you can't not see hot niggas. You can't not see them.
I ain't looking, but I see them.
I'm looking and I see them.
In the belt line too. I don't be looking for the niggas, but I see them. They out.
I got to stay away from the belt line, honey. It's too much. They be out there with their shirts off and shit. And
It's this one big swole dreadhead nigga who grow with them little bitty shorts on. You be seeing him every time I'm out
the shorts
there.
got like a 2.5 inch inseam. But then when niggas be wearing short shorts like that, I be like, ain't nothing going on in there. Cause I should be able, like, you got them shorts on, I should be able to see your dick, and I can't. So I'm straight on it.
And you're disappointed that you can't see said dick.
Not that I'm not like dick hung. I'm not a dick hawk, but like if you got on 2-inch, 3-inch shorts, and I
Right.
don't see no dickage, that's an issue for me.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I also think men's shorts should just not be that short, though. Not really a fan.
It depends on the context.
Unless you're swimming. I think short shorts are cool when you're swimming. But just regular outside shorts, no. So, let's go into the Butejo. What you over there doing? What's going on? You okay?
Yeah, I'm getting a voicemail. I never had this. Like a voicemail's coming through.
Yeah, the transcript. All right. Well, I'll wait.
No, it's like
Are you being amazed by technology?
I kind of am. I'm sorry.
Okay.
This is really cool. I've never seen it do this.
It's been doing that for years.
Wow.
Maybe you
Okay.
just never paid attention to it.
Okay. Okay, hold on. Let me send. That was really cool. It was from a manager, so I was just like, "Oh, this works." Okay. Keep talking.
I literally was talking to you, so.
No, I'm sorry. I felt like a kid.
You at work.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I forgot what I was saying now.
You talking about niggas.
Oh, no, just.
You talking about dick and shorts.
Dick and shorts. Listen, I don't know. I just feel like I understand that like some men are growers and not showers, but like you got on panty shorts. I
need
should
to
be.
see that.
I should be able to see.
I need that.
Something. Did you see the man who does those like get ready with me videos with the dunking his face in his water?
the one who looked like Jaleel White a little bit.
Yeah, he was running next to a car, and he had, and this is derogatory. This is not sexy at all. He had on some running shorts, and his fucking balls were so big, bouncing around in those shorts. And then people watching the video are like, I see something. Y'all see what I see? That's all.
No.
That's all ball. He just had
All ball is absolutely
it was
insane.
this look. It was this much ball bouncing around in those fucking
Big
shorts.
balls are terrifying.
I don't mind. I don't like when niggas have little dick and big balls because it's like, what did you do to God in a past life that you got these fucking monster balls and this shrimpy
Look
shrimp?
like Squidward.
I don't like that. You're silly. But if it's like big giant balls and big giant dick, that makes sense. It is also very silly when niggas have big dicks and little balls. That's funny to me. That's hilarious.
That is very funny to me.
His balls were this big, sloshing around in those fucking shorts. And I think he know that people will mistake that for peen, and that's why he was doing it. That's not peen.
How do you approach big balls like that, though?
I don't.
Like, what's the plan of action now?
I'm very, like, I don't know. I'm very, like, discriminatory when it comes to dick, because if you got anything going on that I find unsavory, I'm just not participating in it. I can be face-to-face with a dick and turn around. I'm all fucking sad, because after I let that uncircumcised boy hunch on me, I was over it. Never again.
I wish you could have had a better uncircumcised experience.
It wasn't even nothing to do. I think him being uncircumcised caught me off guard.
But the dick
experience was bad, and then he was gaslighting me about the sex being bad, which was upsetting to me. And his name was my dad's name, which I had already done a lot of mental gymnastics to get over.
Yeah.
And then so you got an uncircumcised dick that you didn't pre-disclose. Not only is your name...
They never tell you.
Your name is not only my dad's name, but my granddad's name and my brother's name. And the nickname you go by is also the nickname that them three niggas go by.
That's awful.
Terrifying.
I could never fucking nigga named Mike.
You know
how many fine Mikes there are?
That's a fine nigga name. He would have never gotten called by his name ever if that had turned into anything. We just got to go down to the name office and get you a new name. Because I'm not calling you that. But then you get on top of me, hunching me weird, and then I say, hey, this is weird, and then you offended by it, and then we confirm that you were hunching me weird because I get on top, and it's fine, but then you start hunching me back, and it's weird again. Now I'm weird for saying I want to stop, and I offer you some tea. I'm sorry. I don't want to do it. I got off that dick, I said, listen. I said, listen.
Listen, Linda.
I said, you want some tea? Because the park is closed. I'm over this shit, bruh. And he was so fine.
I think because I know what you're talking about. Niggas who look like that, people just be happy to fuck him.
Yes.
And we've discussed, like, I wish there was like a niggaology like college course that I could teach.
Mm-hmm.
And it would talk about colorism.
Yes.
And it would talk about different privileges in dating, even with black men. But there's like it's something with dealing with light-skinned men. They've had certain privileges through life, and they haven't had to experience certain like pushback because they've been so like coddled
and coveted.
They've been coveted and coddled their entire life. So some people will probably be so excited to be fucking a nigga with his features that they're not going to tell him that this sucks.
And you could tell that I was the first person to ever say to him, this shit cheeks, bro. Like, because for me, I feel like I can make any sexual experience at least good. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, because I'm there, so it's going to be good. That was the first time that I felt like nothing I could do here could fix it. Like, nothing I could do here could fix it. And the fact that, like, he rode home with me. So, like, you just got to sleep in my bed. Like, it was so awkward. Like, at one point in the middle of the night, I got up to go lay on the couch. Like,
that is so awkward.
It was so awkward. And I felt so bad because I could have gotten past the bishop and a turtleneck. I could have gotten past that. But this weird hunching you doing, no. Let's talk about Shannon Sharp real quick. I want to segue.
Shannon Sharp You heavy tongue goddamn race play.
Heavy tongue.
Mandingo fucking freak. You nasty as hell.
I want to get into the allegations first, but I want to talk about how from those text messages, that lady probably had Shannon Sharp in there going, ooh, ooh, ah, 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 all up in that bedroom. What do you mean? Because my thing is, and
Your big black babies?
I was talking to my friend about this the other day. I never get offended when black men exclusively date black women or stress that they only date, exclusively date white women or stress that they only date white women, because I almost immediately assume that you're in the race play. Like, you won't say it, but that lady is in there calling you a nigger, and that's why you like that.
With the hardest
with
ER.
the hardest ER possible. So whenever men are like, snow bunnies, I love white bitches, elite milk, da-da-da, you want that lady to call you slurs and walk you like a fucking dog. That is what you want. And and it's fine that you don't like me. It's fine.
Keep that freak shit on your page.
Keep that shit to yourself, bruh. You a freaky frog.
Yeah.
Like, and I think oftentimes when men have raped women that they have in the past had consensual sex with, they do this thing where it's like, see, we had consensual sex 47 times, so that means I didn't rape her on the 48th.
Right.
Or even we had consensual sex.
I know I just ate some cake out my titties.
You did. I was trying to speed past it. We had consensual sex 1 through 30 times, and then again 32 through 54 times. So that means on the 31st time, I didn't do a rape.
Right.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. And you can't use the fact that you've had consensual sex with me to say.
That's why people don't believe in marital rape.
People gonna start believing in marital rape when bitches start killing their husbands again.
And that's what a lost art, honestly.
Yeah, I think we should all get back into poisoning. I don't think we are grinding up
Poisoning
enough.
was very camp.
Very camp. We're not grinding up enough cherry pits for my liking.
Like, imagine, like, your nigga hit you and then he died like Joffrey in the living room.
Honestly. Because the police, in reality, ain't really gonna do nothing. Like, there's, Sarah Be Living on TikTok? She sells the wigs now. She used to be married to the Indian man who had the gas station indicator.
Yes.
So
she was teaching at Columbia, which is so weird.
Yeah. So she was recently in a relationship with a man, double-digit years, her senior, and he crashed out on her and was like trying to like break her door down and shit because she didn't want to be with him anymore. And, like, put his hands on her. I believe he put his hands on her from what she said. All this different shit. She goes to try to get a restraining order against the man, and apparently the law where she lives in Florida is that there have to be 2 instances of either, I guess, domestic violence or like life-threatening situation for them to issue a restraining order. So the nigga got to do it more than once for me to be protected. Shoot these niggas, man.
Shoot them.
Start shooting these niggas.
It's so insane, and it's so scary because, like, the second time may be the time he finished the job. So why would I?
Right. He's coming. Like, I always tell people, like, it's never going to be enough, the violence. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that, and my father has asked me not to speak about him on this podcast, but you shouldn't have did the shit that you did when you did it. And you never thought that you were going to have a daughter that would have a platform, but look at you now. This is why I don't beat people up, because then they would go talk to their thousands of followers about how I put my hands on them. So,
and if
there's
rocking,
that.
I'm rolling.
There's that.
Because he's number 1.
Right. But the thing about it is, I think the only thing that saved me with my dad is that I was his kid. But I think romantically, like, a nigga can, like, my dad, he could get another daughter, but it wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? It would be a loss of a child. But, like, my dad pushed me once. He claims I fell. He pushed me. Says I fell down. I hit my head in the garage, like on the concrete in the garage. I literally thought that I was gonna lose my life. That's why I ran away. It's never gonna be enough for niggas sometimes. Like, it's always gonna escalate. Like, violence doesn't have the natural end of violence is death. So, like, all these laws where it's like, oh, well, he only did it one time, or you listen to your grandmother.
Because men are making these laws.
Men are making these laws. You talk about, like, to your elders, you talk to your grandmothers and your aunts, like, oh, yeah, your uncle hit me once. You know what I'm saying? Or he pushed me down once. Or we got married because he kept peeping in my window while I was changing clothes. Like, that's life for people. That's, like, violence is a part of all of that.
And that's why, like, we were talking about play fighting with men earlier. And that's why, like, I'm not a strength fighter, but I bite. For sure. I bite. I scratch, I pinch, And that may not sound like a lot, but those are my defenses.
No, I understand.
I'm biting the fuck out of me a nigga. Like, even we play fight sometimes and I'll scratch me like, God damn. I was like, yeah, nigga. Yeah. Be afraid, nigga.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the first thing. Second thing I want to say is, did you see the girl on TikTok who broke up with the nigga and he tried to break her door down? And she had the ring camera footage of him kicking her door?
Is it not Sarah Be Living? Is it a different situation?
It's a different situation. It's another girl who was saying that, like, her dude, they broke up a week later. She had, like, moved on, was on a date with somebody else. And he never had an issue. And then once she broke up with him, she broke up with him because a girl, she posted the nigga and a girl came to her as a woman and was like, hey, I think he beat my ass, basically. She didn't really specify what it was, but she was like, as a woman, I couldn't in good conscience stay with this man. So he never actually did anything to her, but when she broke up with him, he crashed out and broke into her apartment.
And then the guy whose mom, I know what you're talking about.
And that's what I was going to say. The guy whose mom just got stabbed like 60-something times, and she lived, but he was like, I can't get in contact with her, but I told her, like, I messaged her and I was like, you got to make sure you nip that in the bud because that man will kill you, like, because I just seen my mama go through it. So I was just like, that's insane. And that's so, like, horrifying. And I just thought about, like, even when I was dealing with that dude who was a little bit crazy, like 5 years ago, how even if I see a man with his build, when I'm out, I immediately, like, shut down. I get so scared because it's like, had I not lived with my mom and he knew where I lived, that could have very easily been me.
Or even like the experience that I told you about how I saw someone who assaulted me at the movies. Like, I thought that I was over that. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Like, I literally turned into a kid. And it's so funny because I was going to go see Sinners by myself. And then I was like, oh, I hear it's a little scary. You know, who could I go with, right? So I hit Rita up. You know, I thought Rita had some context of the movie. She didn't. So she's currently mad at me because...
Oh, Rita does not like horror. Me and Rita went to go see Us together 6 years ago.
Rita's currently pissed at me now. She made a spite list and put me on it in front of my face.
Yeah, Rita don't do scary. It's so funny because Rita is the strongest person that I know.
Yep.
She will fuck a vampire up.
Yeah.
She would. We were in Us, both of us, not doing great.
Yeah. So she, I called her to go. Well, I texted her to go with me because I was like, something's telling me that I shouldn't go by myself. And so when
discernment.
So when we were leaving the theater, I was like playing with her, like holding onto her arm because she was like mad at me or whatever. And so like I saw the guy who assaulted me, and when I say I dug my nails into Rita's arm, and she was like, "Oh my God, like stop!" And I'm like, "No, like that guy right there, like sexually assaulted me."
Yeah.
And I love Rita so much because when I say she handled that and protected me like a fucking champ, she took me to the other side of the theater, to that exit on the other, you know how they have the two escalator exits. She took me to the other side. She walked me, you know, we both went to her car. She held my hand. She was checking in with me. She let me cry. And it's just like, my one regret of that situation is that that man was out with a woman. But I didn't want to, first of all, I didn't feel brave. I didn't feel over it. Because I always thought that if I saw somebody who assaulted me again, I could confront them. Yeah. I always thought that that's what would happen. But
this is not.
It's just not the case. But, like, you're out with a woman, and I want to be like, hey, he violates women. Like, I just need you to know that.
And what sucks so bad about that, okay, I don't know if you saw, because, like, niggas just get to move on. You think about college and all the niggas that get to just, that nigga, like, you knew that nigga was weird and rapey in college and now he's just out. You know what I'm saying?
Or he's just a husband.
Or he's just a husband with 2 kids, which is insane. And, like, and then what's so crazy is you can't even account for the woman believing you. And that too, because she could be like, bitch, you're lying, this is my king, type shit.
Or she could know. Like, a lot
she
of the
could
girls
know and just not give a fuck.
And just not give a fuck. Because I remember one of my husband's friends licked me in the club and bit me without my permission, and I caused such a stink about it, and everybody's like, oh, he was drunk, it's not that deep, not in a victim, in a victim blaming way, but also just like drunk niggas be doing shit, and I'm kind of just like, no, we never talked, he didn't have my phone number, we're not dating, like, you literally just licked and bit. You know me because you know other people. I'm still a stranger. Like, you don't know me.
It's fucking weird.
And then later on, he was at a like pre-wedding event, like where we're all like staying in the same house or whatever. And by that time, he had I think either a serious girlfriend or a fiance. And I was being so mean to him and not speaking to him, and just in a way that, like, if I was treating your man that way, you would have a question. You would want to be like, hey, like, What's tea? Like, what's going on? You know, and I know you know, because you didn't even want to ask me. At the very least, you fucking my nigga. Like, what's going on? What's the vibe here?
What's going on?
You know that nigga's weird. You know, and you know who I'm talking about. That's not the only weird shit he's done.
No, and
you
that's
know.
also how she act.
Oh.
It's like protective over like. I'm trying to think of an example. I can't think of an example right now, but it's just like, girl, be calm. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't nobody, like, get away from this is my ball. Everybody play with that ball. And some of us don't want to play with that ball.
Yeah,
Relax.
and that ball also does crimes.
So
yeah.
And I also thought about, like, speaking of just, like, the concept of college or, like, because, you know, I go to homecoming every year. So I've had negative experiences with men, but I have to still be around them. But I want to make this as comfortable for myself that I can, and whatever that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't always want to have to be confronting you or being whatever, because like, sometimes I don't want to make it, I want to enjoy my evening. So, like, apparently at Coachella, did you see that Chris Brown and Karrueche were in the same section?
Yeah,
and she was kind of like laughing and kikiing with him. And people were like, see, this is why I can still go to his concert, because his victims don't even care. And somebody was like, the fact that he has victims whose asses he's beat
is telling.
It's telling. Whether they kikiing with him or not. I'm just like, also, like, I think of myself at homecoming, like, a nigga stealthed me in college. I didn't really know what stealthing meant. I knew I didn't like it at the time, but I didn't even know what that meant until, like, the Me Too movement started. And then we was like, wait a minute, I know that.
Yeah.
But, like, if you would have seen me at homecoming, I was kikiing with him. I was, because it was like, it's whatever. You know what I'm saying? But, like, I don't feel like having to be like, do you know what you did to me in 2014? I don't feel like doing that. Honestly,
and it's also
pass the shot.
It's also a safety thing.
It's a safety thing.
Now I'm socially responsible for ruining the vibe. Now,
exactly.
I look crazy. Now I look like I'm not over it. I know you to be an unsafe person. Like, men I know to be unsafe that I still have to be around.
Exactly.
I know that if I am anything but pleasant to you in this moment, it could go left.
It can go left,
straight up.
and now
or
I'm
you
the
could
problem.
start fucking stalking me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could start fucking if like, honestly, from what I read from that Karrueche situation, you know this nigga, you had a 5-year restraining order against this nigga. If I'm not pleasant in this moment, I could re-spark this nigga trying to get back into my life.
He's yelling my name on songs. He's impregnated 14 bitches that look exactly like me.
Popping up outside of clubs and shit. I'm cool. Yeah.
If I can just kiki with this nigga and get through fucking Coachella and enjoy my goddamn weekend, that's what I'm gonna fucking do.
I also want to know why they're in the same space. Because did you arrange to be fucking around me?
And that could have also been a thing too. So you really gotta, like, smile and wave, boy, smile and wave. Yeah, period. Okay, you look good.
You so crazy. No, but you so crazy. Like,
crazy, boy. Woo. You don't know what that was,
right?
So the people using that as an excuse to buy tickets to that tour. I hope all them stadiums
And then
burn up.
Karrueche is also a person who dated someone who is a known abuser. So, like, there's also a level there that, like, you're not
you're
not wrapped up good either. So, like, it might be that she cooling and kikiing with the nigga.
And I think that's the problem as women, because I was having a conversation about, like, I think that's what I was talking about. I think I said I was going to harm that boy if he ended up being a deadbeat. You know what I'm saying? Because we were just talking about deadbeats and, like, reproductive abuse and stuff like that, like men just getting you pregnant from the sport of it, and as soon as you get pregnant, it's like, I don't want to play with you anymore. You know, just stuff like that. It's just like, we as women, you think about how women become baby mama number 9 and shit. We always want to be the exception to the rule, or you want to give these men the benefit of the doubt, like, oh, he punched her in the face, but he never punched me in the face. And, like, that one, that's our problem. But 2 is just like, what?
No, I'm just saying, I have a point, but
not even who is we, but, like, that's what you're trying to say?
Something along those lines.
Yeah, it's just like, we can't keep giving men the benefit of the doubt. And that's something that even I had to learn the hard way. Because it's like, could he be this awful? Yeah, but sure, he's not doing something he's supposed to be doing. And then it's like, yes, he is. So that's why my thing is, that's why I made that spoof video of that church lady saying that she was ironing her man's pants.
The craziest shit I ever seen in my life. And
that I had only seen that clip and spoof that, but I saw more clips when I went to go find the original so I could, like, post it. It was even crazy. He was talking about how he comes from he's a generational womanizer, that his daddy had 10 kids by 6 women, like, shit crazy like that. His granddaddy was even worse, and he was saying, and it's like, we have to start calling dumb shit. And this is why I don't like having guests. Not that we like the guests that we have, we like and stuff, but, like, we can't just have, let me get my homeboy on your podcast. No, because if you say some dumb shit, I'm not gonna be like, dang, that's crazy. Yeah,
right. No, we finna unpack that.
That shit immediately. But he was talking about, he went to a bar with the woman he was cheating on his wife with, and somebody, an older man, heard his name, was like, "Oh, you such and such son?" He was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Man, he used to always have him look at you just like your daddy, whatever." He was like feeling himself. And then another even older man was like, "Oh, if you such and such son, that means such and such your granddaddy?" He was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Yeah, he had him too." And he was like, "Oh, that made me feel uncomfortable." And I was like, "I'm gonna stop being a womanizer now because my son was 3 at the time, and now he's 33, and I gotta cut it off and all that." And I'm just sitting here like, what did you just say to me?
But I think also with women, it's like when we talk about self-worth and self-importance,
Yeah.
when it comes to men, I think the safest thing that I've learned is that, like, yes, I am special, and yes, I believe that I'm a worthy person, but like, you have to know, like, especially like with religious women, it makes me wonder what you really think of God, right? Because
What do you think of?
when I think of what I'm owed in this life, when I think of the love that is for me, I will say that in the times that men have loved me and been in love with me, it was good until it wasn't, but them niggas love me deep. I've been loved
Yeah.
fiercely, and I'm very happy and proud of that. So like, when I think about some of the things that women go through, even some of the things that women have gone through with niggas that I've been with, why would you ever think that that was the destiny that
Of God.
God had for your life? You think God wants you ironing a nigga's clothes to go hang out with another bitch?
With another bitch.
First of all, we something. We fucking the bitch together, or
We
she
doing
gonna be my bitch. But
It's
what's
the
not
thing,
gonna happen,
and-
if I'm ironing the clothes, I want some pussy too.
You earned it.
I earned it. If I'm
And
ironing
that's
the
why
clothes,
I made fun of
want
it in the
some.
way that I did in my caption said to terrorize these men back. Because again, I've been in a situation and it's like, I still kind of like him and I still don't want to like never talk to him again. So like, it's still on the table. We're going to take a break and we're going to figure it out. But I said, God, I'm going to need my one.
But-
I'm going to need terrorize these niggas back.
Not even just terrorizing. I think for me, right, one of my things that I've learned is like, when a nigga show me something, whether I'm leaving or not, that's who that nigga is.
Bet.
And that's not necessarily derogatory because I have my things too. That's just who you are. If a nigga cheat on me, you're a cheater. Point blank, period. That's
That's
how I
just what it
feel.
is.
And it's not like, oh, you're going to do it again. You know what I'm saying? Or, oh, that's what's on your mind. I just know that to be a possibility for you now. So it's never off the table for me. Even if it's off the table for you, I got that in the tuck, that is something that you could do. If a nigga is a liar, you lie about little shit. I know, like how Why Did I Get Married? She knew Marcus was a liar. She knew when he said, "Oh, know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? He's a liar." She still liked that nigga, but she knew. You have to know.
I gotta put you in that box.
I gotta put you in that box because if I don't, it's unsafe for me.
And you have to have a certain level, and me and my therapist talk about this all the time, a certain level of self-preservation. So, like, even with that, okay, cheating's on the table now, cool. That's, all right, bet. I know that's something you're capable of. I know I will no longer be blindly faithful, whatever. If I see some niggas on the belt line, it's some fine niggas on the belt line.
And that's just what it
it is.
is.
I'm
Yeah.
not going to go suck their dicks or nothing crazy. But I'm just like, that is a fine-ass nigga on that motherfucking belt line. I can no longer just, you know what I'm saying? I can't.
Yeah,
And I have to tap back in my older self.
Correct. I just think that with any person, but particularly with men, because like for me, right, a part of dating me, I'm a very flirty person.
Same.
I'm a very flirty person. I think I'm a charming person. If I'm not charming, people are charmed by me. That is something that men who have dated me either reckon with or they don't. I've had men that have done very well with it, and they just kind of like, that's just how she is. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you know, I'm not flirty, like putting my tits in niggas' face or doing nothing like that, but I talk to people. Like, I that's just how I am. I've had niggas be like, it's kind of cool that I know you going home with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and these niggas think they got a chance, and I know they don't. And I've had niggas be like, literally speak to another nigga, and I'm gonna kill myself. Just straight up. Like, just, I'm gonna change the trajectory of everybody's life if you say
no
another
one's gonna forget
motherfucking word
this night
to
at
these
Seba's,
niggas.
bitch. I'm gonna do it right here on fucking Juniper Street.
But niggas know who I am, and they have to just take that into account when they're with me.
And you do. And I was thinking about even Friday night, like, Dwayne was in the club the entire time that the whole B5 shit was going on because he had a headache, so he was upstairs asleep. But it's like,
upstairs sleep in the club like a kid is crazy.
it's crazy. Like fucking newborn with a full of coats.
Just in a pile of coats.
Yeah. But like, he was upstairs chilling, but it's just like, it's a certain level of secure to know that, like, most men, okay, if you're, for me, most people's like crushes like Bow Wow or Chris Brown and Marion and shit. B5 was my niggas. Like, my first, like, okay, I like boys for real. I'm a hot bitch. You let your hot bitch downstairs in a pile of mulattoes, which is exactly what she liked.
Pile of mulattoes is crazy. Title.
Pile of mulattoes.
Pile of mulattoes.
You let her down there with 5 red niggas unsupervised? With her ass being that goddamn fat?
But how I feel about it, like how I be flirting with niggas, right? When I got a nigga, this is, I think, Jay-Z's most disgusting line, but this is how I feel about my personality when it comes to flirting with. He was like, I was just fucking them girls. I was gonna get right back. Like, that's how I feel.
I was gonna get, bro.
I was gonna get right back.
I'm
coming
at
home. I'm coming home. Oh my God.
I'm coming home. But it's fun because, like, again, I look thick in the picture, and Jim was like, turn around, girl, you look thick. But I'm taking a picture with one of the dudes, and I was like, I got a man. Stop. I got a man.
But what you tell me when I said about my shorts?
No, that's different.
It's the same.
No, it's not.
It's the same.
No, that was different. That was just in general with you walking around. You was like, oh my God, I put shorts. But like, if you have on a short dress, it's gonna be out. For me, I was taking a picture with him. She wanted me to turn around in the picture.
Or put your ass out on him.
Right.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I misunderstood.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm like,
I say you can't unfat your ass.
I can't unfat my. No, she was like, bitch, you look thick. Like, do a picture which you turn around with him. Like, I was like, no, I'll do a prom pose. That's the best I can do. But I'm not finna, which I would do on a picture by myself. But I can't.
See me, I would have been in trouble because I'm gonna have to poke this ass out.
No, the ass is gonna be poked out. The ass
out.
couldn't be unpoked, but I wasn't gonna purposely bend over in a picture with this nigga. That's what I'm talking about. And it's like, in a perfect world, sure, but like, I gotta go home.
I gotta live here. You
I gotta
don't.
live here. No, that was really my whole thing. Like, I gotta live here. You don't. And it was so funny to hear them be like, "Oh, you engaged?" Like, is that disappointment I hear?
You wanna fuck me?
But it was like, I can't. As much as I would love to misbehave this evening, I'm at work, and also I wouldn't even had this opportunity if my man didn't set it up for me.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I'm not gonna do none of that. But again, my level of hate and fear of niggas, I'm not even gonna be out here doing that. But it's just fun. Like, even last night, like, I'm cute. Then they saw my eye, and I was like. But it is fun to just be hot and just be desired when you go out. Cause like, when people give Aisha Curry a hard time when she said that dumb shit like 10 years ago, like, yeah, she was a young churchy bitch. Like, of course, like, we all
she had to grow out of that.
We had to all grow out of that. And then she was talking about wanting to be desired. Cause you got this big titty white bitch with eating that lollipop. Remember she was like, to Steph in the audience.
Oh God.
Do you remember that?
I do.
So when Aisha
and she claimed she wasn't, but you were.
You were.
Yeah.
So like, for Aisha to say like, dang, I would like to be desired, I totally understood what she meant by that. Cause it's just like, it feels good. Like, I'm gonna say no, but like, oh, I like when Wale was like, goddamn, going out, getting hollered out and saying no.
Yeah, from bad.
Bad, yeah. First of all, what a time.
What a time. Yes.
What a fucking time. So like, I understand that, and just going back home and being like, I was just kidding. No.
I think never mind. It's too personal. Let's go.
Well, no.
Well, no, I just think like I'm still behaving like I'm supposed to say no to niggas.
Well, you're not.
Because I don't know, it wasn't encouraged for me to like be my full self. Mm-hmm. It was cool me being my full self when like nobody saw. Like, It was an issue with like my tweets. It was an issue with like we would go out and like, I remember one time we went to go play pool, and it was like a pool hall, so it's different people at different tables, and it's mostly niggas. This is a masculine thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
like,
you was because you was bent over.
No, it wasn't because I was bent over. I had on like an outfit like I have now, which is like just how I dress. Like, I've always gone on stretchy clothes.
And you can't put your titties.
And I can't take my ass off and put it in my purse or whatever. And niggas are going to talk to me. It's not my fault that them niggas think you won't step about me. That doesn't have anything to do with me.
That's crazy.
So no, I'm serious, and then not like he no punk bitch type shit, but just like clearly them niggas weighed the option of speaking to me versus what they thought you might do, and they rolled the dice on it. That's not my fault. And what you want me to do, karate chop the nigga? Like, I was just like, hey.
And
like,
again, back to the safety of it all.
I can't act up on this man. He might fucking slap me in my fucking face. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like the night was ruined from then on out. And that happened multiple times where like I'm literally just being a person. And niggas are seeing me, and you're mad that niggas can
see me, and that's what was my concern with this.
So now I don't know how to talk to niggas no more, because I'm so like, I don't want to like I was focused on not making him upset. That now I don't know how to speak to men anymore.
Okay, well, we gonna go outside.
I don't know. I don't really care too much about it now. But
it's getting warm, bitch. We're going somewhere.
I don't feel like myself no more.
Damn.
I don't feel like myself anymore, because I felt like anything I said, not anything I said, but just like if it was something that he felt like would embarrass him in regards to other men, then it's just like.
And that's my irritation.
And I don't think he was insecure. I think he's just a man. You know what I'm saying? And men can be small that way sometimes.
Which is insecurity.
But it's like, I don't think he meant me no harm. I think he was just protecting himself. I think he was just protecting himself, but now I don't feel like myself. Now, like, I'm abrasive to men. Like, that's part of my shtick is that, like, I'm not nice to men, but at least I was, like, charming and, like, funny. But now I don't want to talk at all.
Yeah, and I hate that you had to go through that, which is why my disdain for that human being was what it was. But it's like, because I could see that. I saw that. I clocked it, but it's like, again, that's not my place to say, but I clocked it. And it's just like,
that's me. That's on me though. I need to get out of that. That's on
which
me.
Is fine. And, yeah, and I understand that we get on here and like, cause like even the early days of the podcast, like we hate niggas, but we still like niggas. Like it still was a fun sport. But even when I was single for that time, it was just like, this ain't even fun. I really might hate these niggas for real. Like I don't even know how to talk to them because remember we went out to Barbie and that was the worst night of my life.
That was a terrible night.
It was an awful fucking night. I was not in a good space, and it's just like I don't even need to be talking to these hoes for real. But also, I don't know how. And then it's just like,
I think that because it's almost a year at this point since the breakup. Like, I think I can't. I'm fine. I want to date. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like I'm slow now. You know what I'm saying? Like well, not slow. That's not a good word. But like I feel behind. Like I feel like I got kept at a grade. Like I'm not.
I don't think it's all just on like that person too, but if you think about like the pandemic, because like you were dating during the pandemic when that weird transition of niggas happened. So neither one of us really know how to talk to these new niggas. Like all the niggas changed. Like I feel like the niggas all went and got iOS 17 and like
we didn't.
We still got an iPhone 5S.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So it's different. The niggas are new, and we kind of like. I've been with that boy for this entire time, but like even you have had like different niggas, but it's kind of still on this same timeline.
And some of them different niggas was the same niggas. So like,
right?
Cause block spinner, but
yeah,
I don't know. It's just weird.
It's strange.
I find myself like having interactions with men and being like, "Damn, you really screwed the pooch on that one, huh? You fucked that up, buddy."
Yeah, and you have to find someone to like. It's weird because I had never dated a man that let me be myself the way that boy does, which is so weird because it's just like, I be being weird as fuck. One time we went to dinner with his mom, and I didn't realize how weird I was because he's unfazed by it. But his mom was looking at me like I was fucking insane, and it was so funny. Like, I do my little, like, things, like, he's just used to it. So we're sitting at dinner, and I had my Coke, and I'm going like this. Because I'm burping myself, but I'm doing it like discreetly. And she's like, "What's wrong with you?" And Dwayne's like, "Oh, he's not even looking up for me." He's like, "Oh yeah, she's burping herself. She's fine." It was so funny. And then I'm shooting a TikTok, so I'm like talking to myself. And she's like, "What's wrong? What are you doing?" And she's like, she's making a TikTok. She's fine. It's like she was just funny as fucking like, damn, am I special? And I do this thing where like, we're walking the airport 2 days ago. And if I'm thinking about something, my face will be reacting to what I'm thinking about in my head. So like my face, so I'll be thinking like, let's say I'm practicing an argument. That's
practicing an argument
in my head. You don't do that?
No.
Like,
what you mean practicing an argument? Like what you're gonna say?
Yeah.
Like rehearsal?
Yeah. And mind you, the arguments never happen. But like,
so these aren't even real arguments.
Yeah. So people do that. Don't do that. So say, I don't know, I'm trying to think of an example. Okay, like I'm making this up because it's just the easy person to use it. Like my sister, okay. My sister, like, one time we got an argument over curling wand. So in my head, I'd be like, next time she say something about curling wand, like, again, I'm thinking in my head. So like, next time she thinks something about curling wand, I'm going to tell her this and then. But I'll be acting out. And Dwayne will just be like, "Hey, you good?
What's going on, buddy?"
And I'd be like, "Oh, you can see me." And he's like, "Yeah."
In relationships, like when people spend a lot of time with me, I have to ground myself a lot. So like niggas will just walk into the room to me like laying my naked body on the floor, but not in a sexy way. Like I've taken off all my clothes and I'm pressing my body up against something cold, and they're like, "Is this a sex thing?" And I'm like, "Nope, having a panic attack, bitch. I'm having a terrible time."
No, yeah. You know how sometimes, cause Tosh said this, Supernova Mama, that one of her stems is twerking. And honestly, she's right. So one of my things I'd like to do, I like to lean over my bed.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so I do that when I get out the shower. It's like, obviously I'm bent over and I'm naked, so that's kind of, can be hot. But I like to get on my tippy toes because I'm naked.
And shake your ass.
And shake my ass. And I get like a little breeze in my coochie and my butt. And I just be doing that. So yeah, last night I was just in the bed bent over just twerking. And he's like, he was in the other room and he comes by and he's like, hey. Living with a man has completely rewired my brain.
Let me tell you something. Listen, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I feel like I'm going insane. And then a dog on top of it. And Cardi is such a hellion. So it's just like.
He's a sweetie pie.
But I be home with him. And I feel like a stay-at-home mom because
you're home with him most of the time.
I'm home with him all fucking day. Like, I can't eat. If I eat, like, literally earlier, I was eating my little croissant sandwich. This is Cardi, by the way. And I'm opening my mouth and he's like, I'm losing my shit.
If you eat something, first of all, I want to speak about the man part. The reason I don't think I'll live with a man again is like I felt like I lost so much, not in a rapey way, but autonomy over my body in terms of just like being naked without the assumption that like something sexual could happen.
Yeah.
And that is just very bothersome for me. And then like I tweeted about it and everybody was like, you should be able to be naked in your house around your man without him trying to fuck you. And I'm like, that's not exactly what I'm talking about. But like, for example, sometimes I'll like start my coffee in the Keurig when it's just me in the house and not sexually at all. I'm just bored. I'll just stand there and clap my ass because I want to hear it and it's fun.
It's fun.
I just want to stand there and just,
and especially
it's a good time.
Like, I'm trying to say this without being weird, but like, as a person with a fat ass, when you move your ass, it moves everything, including your coochie a little bit, and it is kind of like almost around the way masturbation.
It's, yes, but that's not, like, it feels good, but it's not a sex thing.
It's not a sex thing, but it does feel good.
It's,
you know what I'm saying?
It's stemming.
Yeah.
So like when I lived in the house with my ex, it was just kind of like, I understand what I look like. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a hot bitch.
I'm a hot bitch. So I understand me doing anything naked or me doing anything that could be viewed as sexual is like arousing. But it's just kind of like, I want to just be in this bitch naked. He went out of town one time. I was like, yes! I was just in that bitch, tits up, having a good time.
Yeah.
Sitting on cold shit in the front of the refrigerator with my nips out, and nobody was trying to fuck me. Like, it was just a really good time. Not that I don't like sex, but it's just like, sometimes nakedness is just nakedness. Like, I just want to be naked.
Yeah, me and Dwayne are very fucky, but it's just like, being in that house with my mom, like, it's a big ass house. And she would be at work, I'd be at home. So I really had that house to myself all day. And then she would come home and she would be home, but like, we're on two different sides of the hemisphere. We're fine. So I was so used to being by myself, I could sit in silence for like 8 hours and not have a problem. So now it's like, between him and the dog, I'm never alone.
Yeah.
And he be looking at me like fucking mommy dearest, but I be putting him in that cage sometimes. I be looking at putting that dog in that cage and going about my day.
JoJo hasn't been crated in a couple of years, but I do tell him to fuck off quite often, and he gets really upset about it. But like, if I'm eating anything, and he knows what food I'm eating that is safe for him, so he'll like, if it's food that just looks tasty, but he know he can't have it, he'll glance at me and then just go on about his day. But if I'm eating a turkey and cheese sandwich, he's like, that's got my name written all over it. So he'll just give me these fucking in the arms of an angel eyes. And be like, come on, give me some. Like, I'll make turkey, like, I'll fry turkey in the morning for my toast. And he'll be like, hands up, cash out. Give me some.
The unfortunate part with Cardi is he'll eat anything.
Yes.
Especially napkins. He really, really likes paper towels. Don't know what it is. If he can get... So, first of all...
Y'all need to hang y'all trash can from the ceiling because that nigga be going in that trash can.
And what's so crazy is... He's so fucking
I keep
smart.
making snot noises in the mic. I'm so sorry. I don't feel good. I feel terrible.
He's so smart that he knows how to open the trash cans. We have the step pedal thinking that it will stop him from he knows how to get in that bitch.
So he's stepping on the pedal.
He's stepping. I've caught him stepping because he'll get in the trash and Dwayne will be yelling at me and I'm just like, bro, I closed that motherfucker. I don't know how he got in it and I caught him one time. He knows how to step on that shit. And then yesterday I had an audition, so I'm trying to do my self-tape, but Cardi's out, and if I put him in the cage, he's going to make noise. So I'm like, I took his collar off. I was just like, I just need you to fuck off for like 7 minutes. And he's kind of like, well, no. So my acting coach was like, well, just give him something to do. And I was like, oh, I got the little puzzle shit. This little smart ass nigga solved that fucking street puzzle thing where you got to move shift things. 90 seconds. And he was back to bothering me. And I was like, please stop being so fucking
But he
smart.
loves you.
He does. But and he's like, he wants to be included in things. So he's like, you're doing something over here, don't know what's going on.
But I'm in it.
You're talking to someone I would like to be a part of this.
When I'm braiding hair, like, I put JoJo in my bedroom until I hear him in there fucking around with shit he shouldn't be fucking around with. And then I'll let him out, but then I'll put him in the front while I'm in the back braiding hair. But if JoJo hears any noises of joy.
Oh, laughter?
Like JoJo, I remember distinctly one time, right? This is around when I first got him. So, like, I didn't know his vibe. And I was reading on the internet, like, if it's cool to, like, you know, fuck with your dog in the house, you know, like, because I didn't want to crate. That's so weird. Like, I don't want him to be at dog school, like, yeah, mommy crates me and then boys hump her. Like,
when Uncle Johnny comes
right,
in.
so I wanted him to have freedom. So I was just like, you know, he's a dog. The internet was just like, just ignore them. Like, you don't want to make sex, like, a big important thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. I'm hunching. Actually, I'm not hunching. I'm sucking dick. And this is like one of my most stellar performances. I wish I still had the video, but I don't. I was doing a fantastic job. This nigga comes and licks this nigga's kneecap. I said, oh!
Now you're having a threesome.
I said, get the fuck. I said, excuse me. And I said, this nigga's a freak. But he's hearing noises of joy.
Like, y'all are in here having fun.
A good time. I want to be a part of it. You make any happy noise. JoJo, if I laugh with one of my clients, he'll come in the little salon area and be like, what's so funny? I would like to laugh as well. He's a stage 5 fucking clinger, man.
No, Cardi is jealous. He's very, so Dwayne is like his person. He loves, like, I told Dwayne, I was like, if you had to pick between me and that dog, you're probably going to pick that dog. And I'm kind of like, coming to terms with that, you know? If literally Dwayne left this morning and he stood at the door for like 15 minutes.
Oh, no.
But like, if he comes home and Dwayne comes and hugs me, he's not fucking having it. Like, he'll come jump on in between us. Like, we start, and we'll do it like fake, like, fake kissing. And he's like, ah.
None of that.
No.
Put it up.
That's my dad. No thanks. You will not be over here. You
And you were there first.
I was.
You were there first.
He loved that goddamn dog.
Yeah.
But he's a dog family.
Yeah.
He has a dog. Everyone in his family has a dog. Like, literally, his mom has a dog. His great-grandma has a dog. His dad has a dog. It's a lot of dogs in his family. So I had to really, luckily, JoJo prepared me for getting into this dog-ass world.
Dog-ass world.
Yeah.
How much time we got left?
None.
None.
We could wrap up. We can talk about Sinners next
Yeah, we
episode,
talk about.
honestly.
So we gave y'all grace on the spoilers.
Yeah.
Because it's coming next episode, but we finna talk about Sinners.
It's getting talked
It's
the fuck
getting talked about. All right, y'all. Bye.
Bye.